everybody, welcome to SailVentus. We're feeling Caribbean today because we're at Dalyan Turkey, which has one of the most awesome beaches on the Turkish coast. You guys want to tell me what just happened? What'd you see? Jess?
I saw some sea turtles.
How many?
3.
Yeah, and what were they up to?
They were playing with each other.
Yeah.
We also saw a cool sign. Tell me something that you learned on our turtle sign.
Oh yeah! At 25 to 26, they sexually mature.
Oh, interesting.
And what 3 kind of turtles will we see here?
Leatherback, green, and loggerheads.
It was incredible. I wish we had our camera with us. There were 2 of them at first, and they were chasing each other, and their heads were popping up to say hello, and it was really just incredible. And then a 3rd one came up, and they were right there. We could see them right there. It was awesome. So here's what we're facing today. Shoal draught yachts have crossed the bar of the river and proceeded upriver towards Dalyan. The position and depths over the bar are constantly changing, and you should seek local knowledge and inspect the bar yourself before attempting it. Okay. Although there are 3 to 8 meter depths in the main channel of the river. Proceeding up the river, you must pass through the gates of a fish trap, Dalyan, hence the name of the village, which will be open for you. Further up the river, you will come to a concrete barrier with gates through which you can proceed further upstream. Keep your eyes open, though. The setting in the reed-lined river with Lycian rock tombs in the nearby cliff is superb. Now here's the important part. In 2005, the trip boat captains were reported to be hostile to
They're
sailors.
pirates! I should have thought of that.
To sailors taking their own craft up the river. Although in practice, visitors and dinghies have sailed successfully up the river and through fish traps with no problems. So what do you guys think? Should we try it in our own dinghy or should
Dinghy.
I think we should look around and see if there's a good, group tour that doesn't cost a lot of money. And then
Let's have a vote.
We've had a few of these individual tour operators come to the boat and offer their services for a private tour. And one of them is currently waiting outside. We said we weren't interested, but he's still waiting outside somewhere over there.
Ready, Daddy?
I meant the GoPro.
Hi, we're on a turtle hunt to go find some turtles to see today.
Tell us what's happened, Sophia.
Okay, so we've gotten into super shallow water. Like Alex reached his hand down and he could touch it from the boat. And pushing the boat along. So
They told us we can't take the dinghy because they're worried about the turtles. But the way they run those boats, they don't care about the nature at all.
There's this huge motor. The rudder is just flipping back and forth.
Well, and there's a prop down there
and
too.
A huge prop, and they're yelling at us that we can't take our little dinghy because it might hurt the turtles.
And the exhaust coming out of those boats is pretty thick.
So we'll take our dinghy and unless a police person comes up.
No, the only people that have bookings are the ones that had booked
booked it
long-term in
yesterday.
advance,
Right.
and as part of a larger group, which is probably those other companies.
Right.
The independent operators.
They have to hustle, which I can appreciate
have to
that.
hustle.
We're small business people. We understand the hustle, but not the strong arming. I'm good with honest hustle, but he's trying to strong arm us.
So we had the word hostile in the book, and we're starting to feel it a little bit right now. What's he saying?
Prohibited dinghy, maybe?
Where are you going?
We're touring.
We're exploring.
Where are you going?
We don't around everywhere.
This is river fishing.
Okay.
It's okay.
Where are you going?
It's okay. No, thank you.
We'll be fine. We'll take responsibility.
I call it.
You what?
I call it money.
You're gonna call the police on us? Lovely. That's very nice of you.
Does he understand sarcasm?
We're still trekking our way up the river. We still have our shadow.
Oh, there was a guy in a boat that tried to sell us crab.
Yeah.
It wasn't alive, but still, it was huge.
It might have.
The guy said he's gonna call the police on us. I'm super disappointed because I really wanted to go see everything. Okay, so we
Sophia, you need to
On your wrist.
yeah, we went
great.
over there. It was some ruins, but
There's some tombs.
we came back and we saw that the guy was gone and our dinghy was here and not stolen. So we're happy. We hope that he's not still gonna follow us because that is really stressful. It wasn't a lot of fun.
I don't think we're doing anything wrong. We're not bothering anybody or any animals.
Yeah.
It's just like the book said. As of whatever point in time, there was no limitation. Although some of the operators will be hostile. Some of the people are threatened by bringing these boats here.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that
not very fun. But I hope it gets better from here. So we were motoring and we just got through the fishing gate and it went down into cool.
I'm feeling much better. Got to the gate and I got a little bit of snacks. So we're gonna hopefully go to the mud bath and
Lunch first.
Lunch first though.
Because we're the best.
I realize I didn't have Zia's phone
Going back to Mama's.
but the email didn't go through saying
Record every single boat passing us.
This has to be the 50 million tourist boat. That really surprised me. There are the big tombs and then lots of bacon. Breakfast.
Which way do we need to go to get a better view of the
this is it. I think this walk right here.
Oh, cheers, cheers.
It's a beautiful garden somebody's maintaining here. Beautiful walkway. Hey Jess, you wanted the place with the view?
Yeah.
There they are. There's
Can't
the
beat
tombs
it.
right there. It's a tropical garden right now.
There's a tree right above us. Of course we feel like that. Then all of a sudden a lemon falls on our head.
What?
And we have this incredible view over there. What were you wondering?
Why did they build the tombs here? I mean, why didn't they choose a different mountain?
Yeah, all the mountains here. Why did they put it?
So at this point, I have to tell the story because, like all really exciting things that happen to us, we shut the cameras off to deal with the situation. We're sitting in a restaurant and we watch our dinghy being towed by a police boat up the river while we're having lunch. We got all excited, we started screaming and waving at the police, and they just waved back. It was kind of a disheartening moment. It was a little worse because we knew we were taking a risk by taking the boat up the river to begin with. Fortunately, there was someone at the table next to us who was an English expat who lived in Dalyan and volunteered to take me in his car to the police station. And they were extremely nice. The people in the restaurant were really friendly and gave us some advice about how to deal with the police. Jess and the boys stayed at the restaurant, and luckily we keep walkie-talkies with us all the time, so we were able to communicate. I took Sophia for the cute factor. She made it a little easier when I started to explain to the police why we had our boat up the river. And it turns out there was no explicit law saying that you couldn't bring your own private vessel up the river, but the law that they cited was that there are no outboard motors allowed on the river. They said that it was something that had been created to protect the turtles. What was funny about that was that the police boat that towed our dinghy had outboard engines. It was the only other boat on the river that had outboard engines. The police were very professional. They handled the situation just the same as I would have expected my hometown police in the United States to deal with it. We walked through kind of the options about how to get back our dinghy with them. I asked if there were fines. They seemed unsure. They took my credentials and information and they actually called the Customs and Immigration Office in Fethiye and verified all of our check-in information. I showed them pictures of our boat and the dinghy on my phone to confirm that it was indeed our dinghy, because it's not registered in any governmental agency. It's not common to have that small boat registered. At the end of the conversation, we compromised and said that we would pay for a water taxi to tow us back down the river. And the water taxi cost to tow us down the river was the same as if we had booked the tour for the entire day. There were some tour guide company folks that were on the dock next to the police dock. They spoke really good English, and so they volunteered to translate for us, and that was a big help. So all in all, we had this English man who volunteered to drive me to the police station. We had police who were just really respectful and friendly, helped us sort the situation out, did not give us a fine. And then we had a tour guide company that called on the radio with the water taxi to get us a water taxi that would tow us down the river. In the end, it was kind of a gut-wrenching situation, but not a big deal. And a way to make it up to the family, the following day, we arranged to do a car ride up to the mud baths.
Okay, we really wanted to go to the mud baths, but Daddy's like, no, let's take the dinghy. So then we did take the dinghy, because we're nice people, and then apparently our dinghy wasn't allowed because it was an outboard. So there was a bunch of stuff with the police, and now we figured out we're in Econ check, and we can get a taxi all the way to the mud baths, and we're gonna finally get to go to the mud baths. I'm super excited.
Yeah. So we got a ride to the mud baths, so we can do the mud baths. Woohoo!
What do you think, sis?
I'm excited.
I'm gonna crank the window.
Nick?
Yeah, this is fun. This is my kind of adventure. It's a town or village called Sultania. It's on the southern end of I can't say the name, Kajoya's Lake, which leads into the river out to the sea from Dalyan that we were on yesterday.
Thermal mud baths.
Thermal mud bath. Do you know it has been almost 2 months since we've ridden in a car?
2 months?
Is that crazy?
Since the rental car.
Since the rental car when we first got to Turkey.
Coming up only to hold you under, and coming up only to show you wrong, and to know you is hard, and we wonder. To know you all wrong, we wonder.
Okay, so just down the hall here are the two policemen that I negotiated with to get the police boat back yesterday. And right,
back yesterday?
the dinghy, and there's the boat that they towed our dinghy on. And you'll note
Large ones.
activity here.
Every occasion, oh, 1 billion days funeral. I'm coming up only to show you down for.
We've been visiting the mud baths. There's a mud bath that has real hot sulfur water coming out of the mountains, and it was a fantastic swim, and you can run and jump right into the lake. The lake water feels fantastic today. We've just been enjoying the various pools and baths that they have here.
Every occasion, I'll be ready for the funeral. Every occasion, once more, it's called the funeral.
So we are just rinsing off to hopefully go to the dome area again.
Just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, carry on.
Well, thanks for watching. Join us next time, and please be sure to subscribe. So this is my chance. I feel compelled to say I was wrong. I was being cheap. I should have just taken the water taxi, and Jess was right.